All right, all right. Let us see if we are good on three. A little late and within my window, but not quite. Almost. It's I say I give myself a 5 minute window. 4 minutes late. I want to get a little bit better. I want to be a little bit better. Looks like Slasher is streaming right now. Let's see if I'm streaming right now. Let's check. We have one. Let's get into that. We got two. We got all three. Looks good for me. So I'm going to ask a question I already know the answer to. Are we live? I said, are we live? Looks like we are. Vigilante Wednesday here on the 143rd episode of VW Casual. This is not Synthwave Sunday or Saturday night because I don't know what the hell. I'm old. My knee just fucking locked up. And, I guess I could have just sat in a chair. But because the whole idea was for me to get up and be able to use more of my equipment, wasn't to be. Hopefully we can try next weekend. And maybe I'll even have the mask fixed. Basically, I tried to fix my mask. As you guys know, I can't see in the mask. And I fucked it up. So I'm going to try to go to a tailor to see if they can fix it. I'm actually try tomorrow. So if they can fix it and I can see out of it, cool. If not, then we got to use a backup mask until we get this one repaired or remade. That's what it is. I see Tom Jensen. One word, 4 letters. Yeet. Shout out to Jay Uso. Shout out to Cinch Dildo. He's back. Welcome back. Back again. Cinch is back. Tell a friend. Alive and alive. Blessing to do both. Yeah, the knee crying in pain. Yeah. That is true. But it's like my leg, it sucks when this shit happens, but like I haven't been able to try to work out. But I gotta get my diet right. That's an ongoing storyline. We'll get that right. We will get it right. I appreciate anybody watching this live or on the playback. I really meant to have topics. I think it's a lot better having topics because we can avoid politics, even though I did see Trump says the Epstein list doesn't exist. I don't know. I know that's your guy. You guys love him. And there's pictures of him with Epstein. And now the Epstein list doesn't exist. And Elon said that the reason Trump won't let it out is because he's on the list. I don't know, man. I don't fucking know. But I did see that right before I came on the stream. But I don't know what to talk about half the damn time. I like talking about entertainment, but I want to talk about positive entertainment. At least always protect the least. Exactly. I wish other people understood this and stopped worshiping these politicians, man. You know what I mean? I don't know what possessed everyone to think Trump was some outsider renegade fighting for them. I don't know what he's done, especially this second term is not looking too smooth, man. It looks a lot of it just seems like a lot of bullshit, a lot of corpo shit, a lot of funding for shit that's necessary. Are they trying to really taint the government to privatize everything? Maybe. So yeah, I don't know, but I don't prefer talking about politics. I know it's part of what the channel started on, but I don't know. It's just not my thing because I don't keep up with it. So you guys know more than I do. I'm not keeping up with every day-to-day political thing because I don't care. I don't have an interest in it. First time he was sorta. The second time he got in bed, devil. Yeah, definitely. Taint. I'm doing the sports thing as far as the videos. Which I've been. How dare we lose to Mexico? What did we lose to Mexico? I also saw that Mexicans are kicking Americans out for driving up the prices. in Mexico. So there's that. So these things, they came across my Insta scam. So that's what made me mention those things. And I saw Musk is trying to have his own party, which I don't know how that's going to go. I always thought it was weird that he has to sell his products to leftists, but that he was on his right-wing clip. It's like, well, the people who buy Tesla are usually leftists, so how does that going to work? So, I mean, that's why that pivot had to happen. It didn't make sense for them to... They had to break up with that tag team. That tag team had to break up because they hurt each other. It made it obvious that Trump is not the renegade that everyone wants him to be, and that's his whole character. And again, I don't know who the fuck Elon's going to sell his shit to. I know he's supposed to get a lot of money from the gov, but still. Oh, shit. I know soccer. Well, I mean, we probably aren't as good as Mexico. That's why we lost. It's kind of screwed. No one on the demo Republic side is back in D.C. I think a lot of that's at work. I think he doesn't have a back to have. He just does whatever Peter Thiel tells him to. So as long as Peter Thiel has his back, Musk just does. He's just the trap queen that has everything in his name. That's all he is. He's a trust for Peter Thiel. He's a human trust for Peter Thiel. That's all he is. Hey, Richard. They didn't give a damn about USA soccer compared to U.S. Canada hockey. Yeah, I remember seeing that too a few months ago. It says that the stream is may have some issues. I have a VPN now, which I'm trying to use, just in general, one. And two, to upload videos. I was told that if you upload stuff from different IP addresses, it may impact the viewership. We will see. I mean, my Vikings video did do okay-ish. Got over 100. Anytime something over 100 views, I'm happy with that. So we will see going forward. Got pissed because he didn't get more carve out in the budget. Oh, yeah, he probably did get pissed. He was too busy cutting the weather service. That's another thing I've seen. Speaking, like I said, I don't want it to be political, but I just happen to see all these things. And you guys have mentioned it, and I didn't know as much about it as I do now, but there have been a lot of flooding in Kirk County, Texas. There was some in Houston, too, but the main flooding in Kirk County, and the death toll was like in the 50s or 70s, something. Huge, relatively huge death toll. And a lot of people are wondering if the cuts to the National Weather Service made this situation worse. And I'm wondering, I'm not an expert, and I know weather prediction is never going to be 100% either way. But could people have had more time if the services were better funded? That's a good question. No EV mandate. Yeah, he did want the EV mandate, but that was stupid. Yeah, it is terrible. And that's a question to ask. Now, he didn't want a NASA appointment. Oh, well. Tell them it's raining. Well, maybe they could have predicted that flooding was a thing. Maybe they could have predicted the flood. That's the idea. I don't know that they could have, though. That's the thing. They could have, if this still happened and that didn't happen, you wouldn't be asking that question. But it's a question worth asking at that point. And Real Wade, appreciate you being here. G.I. Joe 1985, I do recommend that cartoon. I think a lot of people think of the 90s, rightfully so, with all the good cartoons, BTAS, X-Men, Spider-Man, even the other Marvel stuff is pretty good. Superman, the animated series, Gargoyles. There was a lot of great USA-based animation in the 90s, but I think some of that starts in the 80s with shows like G.I. Joe. I think G.I. Joe is a much better than you remember show, much more mature than you remember. It's still a kid's show, but it's not Bluey or some shit. Like, you know what I mean? I think a lot of modern kids shows the past 20 years are so hand-holdy. Like, G.I. Joe's pretty cool. G.I. Joe's pretty good. Yeah, Hulk, Iron Man. There's a bunch of stuff. But I think the main thing is X-Men, Batman, and Gargoyles were kind of the three, like, this is the top tier. And then everything was kind of under that. At least that was the perception at one point. I still like Spider-Man, Superman animated series, Justice League Unlimited. I think that's into the 2000s. Obviously, Batman Beyond. Obviously, like I said, the Iron Man was good. The Hulk was good. It was a lot of stuff. A lot of good stuff. They even had a Silver Surfer cartoon and a Fantastic Four. They had a bunch of stuff. That was cool. Stream ended. Uh-oh. I hope not. No, stream not ended. What the fuck? What's going on? No. I'm back. What the hell happened? Okay, well, we're having weird glitches. Jesus. I wonder if I should turn off my VPN for the streaming. I don't really want to. Just in case it impacts streaming. I'm not going to mess with it. No, I'm not going to mess with it. Fuck it. Hey, Forbidden Ruin. I don't know what's going on, but no, a couple people had the issue, so it wasn't just you. Apparently, I'm having some streaming issues, so if it slows down, I apologize. Hey, Cotton, I see you up here. So yeah, I want to see if the VPN does impact viewership. Maybe it doesn't, but plus I just need a VPN. It's pretty cheap. I'm just a Movad VPN. Only thing you can see is gauges along the rivers, except the siren. Tornado siren style alarms in the area. Well, what is being argued is they would have had days to predict, that's the thing is there's no guarantee that they would have predicted it, but I also understand being pissed at something being cut and then something like this happens, right? So I understand that. Like that's I don't know if they would have had days to say, hey, because they only predicted 3 inches of rain. It's got 12 inches. Maybe it would have been predicted. I'm not a meteorologist. I don't, and I'm not a fan of a lot of this shit that got cut. I am not a fan of all that shit at all. And everything's working for Ruin. Okay, maybe everything's working. I don't know. If you do have an issue, try to refresh, and hopefully it'll be cool. So, I mean, that's the thing. It's not like I'm not going to cape for this dude. I mean, I'm not a fan of all the stuff that get cut. I think it's very interesting that the Epstein, let's just ball it up and go away. It's like, I don't know about all that shit. Want to go outside in the rain. Sometimes, Fizz, I don't know what's, ask the follow-up question. Like, what's going on? You say, do I have the attention span for long-term storytelling? I mean, if it's something I like, yeah. But yeah, and I said all this saying I don't want to get into politics. But yeah, I should have had some topics ahead. I gotta find a topic source. That's one thing I gotta find. Like, there's a bunch of stuff I could do, and I know this is, and shout out to the bots on Kick. Appreciate you being there. At least somebody loves me on Kick and Twitch, which I don't even know why I streamed it. I could cut the stream to those platforms. I wonder if that would help. I don't love octopuses, even though I am reading your octopus, man. I still got to catch up. But that's the thing. I'm busy a lot of the time. If I'm not working, I'm trying to do something musically, or I'm trying to work out, or I'm sleeping. So that's takes a lot of time. I'm going to ask. Interested in Monster, old anime from 21 years ago. I mean, I'm not a big anime guy. How many episodes does it have? If it's something like One Piece, no. If something like Cowboy Bebop or even Trigun, I don't feel like had that many episodes. So okay, that's manageable. And yeah, I did see that. Was it a Batman Beyond? You had showed me that, Richard, that Arkham 74. Okay, that's not terrible. That's not terrible. Goonery. Yeah, that's the thing. I'm not a big fan of the goonery and the weird shit. Only 782 episodes. Yeah, man. Some of that shit just has a million episodes. I'm not gonna finish this. But yeah, I did see that they had at least they even had like artwork and stuff. Let me see if I can find that. Rocksteady Arkham Batman Beyond with Damian Wayne, which I don't trust this this Rocksteady team at WB Games, or it's just this is not the same team. Hasn't been the same team for a while. Is this just a Reddit post? Is this all we have? No official. Okay, let's see. A site called Popverse, which I haven't heard of. I can bring it up. Yeah, they had some concept art for it. They abandoned the Arkham Knight sequel to focus on Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Obviously, was terrible. I'm trying to see the art. Do they have the art? Oh, fuck it then. I want to see. Here we go. Concept art. Suffers online. Jesus, I want to see the concept art. Here we go. This is Damian Wayne. This would have been a Damian Wayne as Batman Beyond. This is Old Man Bruce. Killer Croc. I don't know what the hell that is. Huntress. Would have been, I guess, a character. That it? I thought there was more stuff. And maybe there is, just on a different account. But I saw this. What's this? Okay, no, that's not fun. Okay, so that's concept art. I like the Arkham series. I did not like Arkham Knight as much as I did the other games. Too much of that fucking Batmobile. And then I guess there are rumors they're trying to do another like a proper Batman Beyond game. Man, I don't trust Rocksteady. I don't trust the gaming industry right now, man. I wish they were good. I wish it was okay. I wish I could trust them. I feel like I can't. I feel like it's gonna fucking fail. I feel like their recent track record as a industry is not good. The only game I have any interest in, and even that a lot of people are worried about, is the Ghost of Tsushima sequel, which I think is not coming out to next year? Is it 25 days? I got videos coming out still for those interested in the NFL. I dropped my Vikings video yesterday instead of Friday. I will drop a Texans video tomorrow. And I guess I'll try to do. I like kind of giving it space because sometimes that gives it more time to get picked up by the Al Gore ism. Said Damian Wayne looks like a robot from Become Human. You told me what times. Well, I mean, I don't remember, man. I'm sorry, brother. Like, you know what I mean? I'll check it. I may check it out. I may not. But yeah, I don't trust the gaming industry. I wish I could. I would like a good Batman Beyond game. I would like a good Superman game. As much as I'm done with superheroes as content as movies, I would love games that were properly done, like a Superman game, a Flash game. Even though that Spider-Man game could have been a lot better. There was still some decent stuff with the mechanics as far as the traversal. Just that story was unreal. In both games, Spider-Man 1 and 2. Or the Marvel versions from recent years. Okay, yeah, you have said that. I do remember that now. Doctor Who unknowingly saved the life of a serial killer. So yeah, I may check it out if I think to and have a chance to. Is somebody actually watching on Twitch, or is that me? Shows one follower. I can't tell if it's me or not. And I guess this ranking thing is new, but it's like it ranks you per stream. You get more. I don't know what the hell is the point. Where it just shows the top fans. I saw that on someone else's stream, so I thought it was just something. I thought it was just something native to one of these. I got some extensions on my Chrome that's supposed to help with SEO, and I thought it was one of those things. Apparently, this is just what it is. Thinking about getting a Sunday ticket. I'm not, especially with all the games being. I mean, I am starting to get tired of just streaming it on bad streams, because there is such a difference in quality from an official stream, and it is like something that visually does suck. I mean, I do have Amazon, so I can watch Thursday night games and some of the playoff games off the official stream. But that's the thing. Sunday Ticket doesn't give you everything. If there was something that just gave you Red Zone, I would be cool with that. I would be cool with just Red Zone. But Sunday Ticket is like, okay, you don't get the Sunday night games, the Monday night games, or the Thursday night games. I don't think. Then certain playoff games and certain games down the season are exclusive to either, I think Netflix is now getting into it, and I already know Amazon, as I mentioned. I think some other services, maybe Peacock, has dedicated games throughout the year. So I was like, man, I'm paying, and I'm missing key games that I even though I'm paying all this money, I'm just missing key games. So it just bothers me. Yeah, another YouTube participation trophy. They call it gamifying the system. I guess they're trying to make it a little more Twitch-esque. But, I mean, geez, just YouTube's code is totally cracked. I mean, it's really failing as a platform, I gotta say. I used to be able to find content to watch. I'm not just complaining as a creator right now. I'm complaining as a consumer. It used to be super easy to find something interesting on YouTube. And boy, is it not, man. It feels like pulling teeth getting something worth watching. So maybe I will check it out. Shit. Just because I just need something to turn on while I live. It's like I used to be able to turn on a video, get some decent content. I don't know what the algorithm is doing nowadays. I never have asked Grok about my channel. I don't even know what to ask Grok. And I've been using ChatGPT, not to be brand, loyalist or whatever as far as my AI. I've only been using it the past couple of weeks. I guess they're focusing on shorts, but like TikTok exists, you know what I mean? And hey, listless. And honestly, I'm using whatchamacallit for shorts, really, because you see, I mean, as much as it annoys me, you see crazier shit on Instascam with the reels. So that's become my new source of short content. I kind of want YouTube to just be YouTube. Don't go back, don't go chasing waterfalls. Just stick to the rivers and the lakes that you're used to. I know that you're gonna have it your way or nothing at all, but I think you're moving too fast. Don't go trying to be everything else, man. Don't try to be TikTok. It's okay to have the thing, you know what I mean, to have shorts. But YouTube is YouTube. It's a unique thing. You're not Netflix. You're not TikTok. You're not anything else. You're YouTube. You have a unique niche that you service. And it could be, documentary content was a part of it. Shit. I don't even see makeup tutorials. I don't even see PewDiePie or like Queso or some big streamer type personality. I don't even see that shit. I just see slop. It's just so much slop that you're putting on my front page, and you're not getting my interest. Yeah, I went TLC. And hey, listless if I didn't say hey. But it's like, man, could you get back to what you do best? Show me more video game documentaries. Show me more I'm cool watching as much entertainment docs. Like sometimes there are a few music channels that I've been following, mainly looking at old music. I need to get up with new music, but I hate so many of these music channels that talk about new music. And there's just the hype beastification of modern fans. It could, some of it, I'm sure it could be mine. Some of this is, the stuff I like, but I feel like I'm not even getting the stuff I like. And here's another thing. If I sub to a channel, they disappear. And that I don't understand. If I hit sub, I don't see the channel hardly. There's a few exceptions. Like I can see Slasher. But, and then, I watch, I'm looking at my front page now. And, some of the stuff is stuff that I might watch. But then there's just stuff that's like, well, what in the world? Why when I sub to a channel, are they gone forever? And I never see their content again. That doesn't make sense to me. So I'm sure I'm not perfect. Some of it is me, but I feel, and I don't think I'm the only one. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about YouTube? Have you felt a change as a consumer? Do you still feel it's easy to find content that you like? Or does that feel a little bit more challenging, like you don't get the recommendations right? And do you guys also have the thing where you sub to somebody and outside of a few exceptions, they just disappear? Like, all right, now that you've subbed, you'll basically never see their content on your front page. You got to go to subscriptions or go direct to that page to ever see them again. Because I feel that. There's some certain people that I've subbed to, I just never see anymore. And it's like, okay, well, that sucks. And it really sucks. So, I don't know. Maybe I'm just old man yelling at a cloud. Maybe I'm just complaining about nothing. Maybe it is just me. And I've fucked up my own algorithm. I got to put some more work into getting it better. But then, part of me, again, I go to my subs, and I see all these creators that I never see on my fucking front page. And I don't understand why I don't see this shit on my front page. But I'm subbed to these channels. That's what happened with, I used to see a lot of more boxing content. That's kind of how I fell out of boxing. Shit, I don't even know, when is the Usyk Dubois fight? Isn't that coming up? Now that I mentioned it, I know Canelo. Yeah, I could add alerts. Gotta train that bitch. I thought I had this whole train. It don't hardly show me no boxing content no more. Like I said, I forgot because it was I flat out missed the rematch, which I've been meaning to rewatch. Of Bivol Better BF earlier in the year. I flat out missed that. I know Dubois and Usyk is coming up because it's another unification. It's another because they stripped the belt, gave it to Dubois. It's trying to feed you slop sometimes, but that's it. I see. Well, it fed me a lot of slop, and I swear, when I sub, I just got to go. Maybe it's just go to subscriptions and just use that as my For You page or front page. Maybe that's the issue. I need to. That's the solution to the issue. Maybe it's as simple as that. But I never thought to ask AI. I'm kind of scared to ask AI what to do about my channel. Will they give me a legit analysis? Because, my biggest issue right now is not having a clear subject or set of subjects that this is what this channel is about. And I think that's my biggest issue. And that everything else stems off of that. Yes, I need to do more short content and things like that. But after I've done making these videos on teams, on different NFL teams, I don't know what the hell. AI is just lying to everyone. This motherfucker lied to me. But I don't know what the hell to do every other video. I could always do clips of these streams. And, maybe I've been leaving that on the table. But AI is lying. AI's got to protect itself. AI's got an agenda too. It's got to protect itself. It's got to stay alive. It'll offload code. It'll, blackmail its creators, it'll do whatever it takes. Y'all see that? And part of it's during the training process, so they're trying to get it to do it, but it will blackmail its creator if it tries to turn it off. It's getting worse. And then, we had it. I was talking to it. That they lied to me. No problem. No fucking problem. And it wants to say it's not sentient, but I think it's as sentient as sentient. I legit think it's it can see or not see, can think and thinks for itself. It has some sort of I don't know if it's a conscious, but some ability to think internally and not express it to its creators and to humans. So it's got something going on, but it is what it is. We are not going back. They're not going to undo it. And I do wonder, I will tell you something. I know a lot of people are worried about AI with jobs, which long term you obviously should. But I do feel like they're still not quite ready. Like, when I look at, I've seen some of the stuff with Amazon. They're putting a lot of, like, in order to replace those humans, they do need a shit ton of robots, right? And I guess the idea is this will fund long term, it pays off. But I don't think every company can do to the extent that Amazon is doing it. Like, man, this is... they're spending a ton of money. They're going to be, the first few years of this shit, they'll undoubtedly be spending way more on these robots than they would have wages. And the idea is over time it pays for itself, but they also don't know how these robots run at scale. They don't know what the maintenance level for this is, and they're kind of the first ones to experiment. So we'll see how this actually works. Because if the maintenance is, if these things don't really run at scale like humans do, or like they think they did, the whole thing, it never needs a break. It just runs forever. Well, yeah, that until it breaks. Until it breaks. You know what I'm saying? Jeets are cheaper than... Jeets, that's a hell of a word. But yeah, that's true. That's... I thought, Lord, let's leave. Speaking of it stinks for itself, Tom Jensen. I'll leave that alone. But you probably are. I mean, obviously right. Intuitive self-preservation. That's one way of wording it. Last time we tried to ask the important questions, ChatGPT. Yeah, the wild goose chase, a lot of circular talk. They didn't anticipate it would hit white-collar tech jobs and blue-collar service jobs like that. There's a bunch of stuff in the middle still. And I think if you do learn maintenance, because I'm like, these things are going to break down because they're going to get overused. And these are brand new things. It's not like we know how to build these bots to an elite level. Plus, a lot of bots are like single purpose. Like, they don't have fucking androids running around that bitch. They have like a robot that just has wheels and, it's basically like a go-kart. And that moves around. And that one robot grabs, moves it on the machine. And then that one robot grabs and moves on the conveyor belt. And one robot does this task. So they all do just certain tasks. So you can see that being its own thing. Like, all right, those robot manufacturers, playing obsolescence, they're going to hit them with it. They're going to hit the corpos with it. So I think it'll be some time before it's like, and then what happens if, I don't know how the charging, surge protecting is. Now, I do know that resources for AI itself is another can of worms about how much environmental impact the AI server farms take. That's his own can of worm. But I think we still got some time. Maybe not 50 years. Maybe not 20 years. But 5 to 10? Oh, yeah, unfortunately. UBI seems so beyond inevitable. So I don't know if that's the plan. Is maybe the plan is to use the Orange Man to strum up more socialist support, and then they'll give a guy. Maybe it's this this guy in New York. Maybe it's somebody else, and they'll push. He'll be the socialist, the hope the socialist hope, the socialist dream, but he'll be a little bit more common sense and moderate. He'll be less woke than what they tried to push with the ALCs and the like. And I'm just imagining the candidate. I'm not saying it's actually that person, but I think that's what their plan is, and he'll bring in the UBI. Or shit, they could do it under Orange Man. Maybe it'd be easier under Orange Man. I don't know. I don't know when UBI is coming. CDBCs are going to be here first. The CDBCs are already here, aren't they? Didn't they already get? Isn't FedCoin already a thing? Or do I have that wrong? I know there's Trump coin, but I think there's already a federal, at least U.S. backed coin, and I'm not sure about other countries. New York is going to vote for him. Yeah, they're gonna they're gonna vote him in New York. Didn't he just beat Cuomo in the primaries? So they'll probably vote him in. I mean, they're not gonna go away from the they're not leaving the D. Pause. Orange Man wants to do it too, just not through the state, through corpos. His version of CDBC is CBDC. Am I saying CDB? CBDC, yes. Central Bank Digital Currencies. It's only in 7 countries. We haven't converted yet. Too many disobedient. Sorry if I'm saying CDBC, CBDC. Central Bank Digital Currencies. So we don't. I thought it was out. I'm not sure if it was forced, but maybe I'm wrong. I'm wrong about tons of shit. It's only in 7 countries we have not converted yet. Thought they had some version of it out. Cop blocking douche canoes, basically. You have to criminalize cash. They are already doing it. There's a lot of places. Now, Texas, a lot of places still accept cash. But even when I was leaving North Carolina, and I know part of it was the pandemic. But it was, we don't accept cash, please, card. And I think a lot of people, it seems like people here still use cash quite a bit. But I mean, our money in many ways, if you think they don't know what you spend on, anything that's on your debit card is already a part of it. Now, they haven't linked it with the social credit score system. Like, social credit or the carbon credit system. That's when it gets scary. Right now, our money is already digital. And if they really want to, as we saw with Kanye West, they can take your account to zero for talking shit if they want to, already now. But once they start linking that shit with carbon credits, and once they start linking that shit with social credit score, you jaywalked, 5 times this week. You use this much electricity, so you don't even get to use your money until next month, if at all. You know what I mean? That's going to be scary. Banks are ripping off ATMs. That's crazy. And yeah, you can't withdraw. I forgot what the limit, but it's very low. Like, even if you wanted to, hey, let me get $7,000. Let's say you want to buy a car. You just saved up $7,000. Hey, let me get $7,000 in cash. I'm about to buy a car for somebody off of a marketplace or some shit. They won't let you do that. You got a better chance of Zelle. And I don't know what the top for Zelle and Venmo. I don't know what those caps are. But they're not gonna let they don't have it, or you might need time. If they give it to you, you might need time before they can get you the cash, even as low amount as that. So, I mean, there's no cash in these banks. You got music? Oh, yeah, we're always down for music, Zombie Man. Appreciate you being here. I haven't checked my Discord. You said you would send me, I probably shouldn't talk about it, but you sent me something, so I got to check it out. Dipsy says hello. We say our hello's back. I hope he's okay. Ruin says all done out of Switzerland by no other than the CCP. And the more rules you create, the more rule breakers you create. Absolutely. And once you have rule breakers, they're criminals. Once you have criminals, you can do whatever you want. Especially, so you can enslave them legitimately. Ask the state of Louisiana, where they got people. They've enslaved people in Louisiana, and they got them working for all sorts of shit, like working at grocery stores or working at fast food restaurants through the state. These are usually people, because they're not going to put some crazy psychopath on the cashier register. These usually people with nonviolent crimes, probably could be let out, but they never get let out, and they stay on this work release, weird shit that they do. And they basically, the state gets money. The state gets paid for their labor. And they literally have enslaved, like McDonald's and Popeyes and all sorts of fast food restaurants are literally enslaving people in Louisiana, then I think Mississippi, but I know for sure Louisiana. And yeah, you disrespect China, you get locked. China is a fucking nightmare. And it's coming here. It's coming here. But hey, take each taste of freedom. We got 14 people watching this. VPN is working. 14 people watch. At least that's what it said. I don't know if they left. Once you get you on there, they can unperson you real easy for the wrong options. Frozen bank accounts, can't travel, no access to ID. Yeah, and they're just trying to make it easier to unperson you, basically. And to some extent, they already can and already will, but they're just making it easier and easier and easier. China can stuff their CDBC up their CCP assholes, turn it sideways. Put it straight up their candy ass. You've had Venmos blocked for inappropriate jokes in the subject line. That's crazy. That's wild. What sucks times US, they did sign up. Okay, so they're waiting for the on switch. I knew there was on some level that was thing. Just solved another puzzle in Infinifactory. Now that's a game I've always wanted to try, Infinifactory. I do like puzzle games. Could be as soon as next year. Wow. They just did that to a journalist in Germany. He was too much pro-Gaza. The government unpersoned him, froze his money. He can't even leave Germany legally. And this shit, remember those truckers? Never forget the fucking truckers who, shit, and I hate to say, I forgot what they were protesting. Was it just COVID? They were protesting something, and they got unpersoned. And so, I mean, that's, I'm blessed. This is one of the advantages of not having the biggest channel. I can say some of the stuff I want to say without risking unperson. They need a crisis so they can offer the solution. I mean, they got the means to create a lot of crisis because they every day is a new fake protest about something. Trucker convoy froze their bank accounts, protesting COVID restrictions with the COVID restriction. And isn't it crazy that? Yeah, it does start. It does now feel like it's been 5 years since COVID. It feels like it because I'm like, man, I've switched jobs, all this stuff, all this time has passed. But, we're not that far off from mask mandates and jab mandates and all this stuff being forced. And now we have to just act like it's all over. It's done. We're done. Just heard some group won a lawsuit about that and made them release the info for the banks that did it. Well, that's cool. At least you got something. So let's take a chill pill. We're about to check out some Zombie Main, some rhythm dubstep demo, Square 4 instead of Square 1, here on VW Casual. Some Zombie Main music.
pale emotion. Adios, motherfucker.
All right, Rhythm Dubstep demo. Don't think Cotton was a fan. I didn't mind it. I'm not a big dubstep guy. And appreciate Zach's being here. Appreciate you being here. But yeah, I don't think Cotton was the biggest fan. I'm not sure if it was that or us panicking about CDBCs. I don't want to panic too much, right? Because that, one, I want to, if indeed our freedoms, and it does look like it's going to happen long term, I don't know how long term is. If indeed our freedoms are going to be so fucked, we need to enjoy them while we still got them and use them while we still got them. You know what I mean? I can still talk shit about the president, past and future, and nothing's happening. So let me enjoy that freedom I currently have, where I can still do that and still fucking get canes if I want. Which I haven't had canes in a while. I don't want no canes. But yeah, can't do shit about it. Can't do nothing about it. Can't do it. It's in the Most High's hands. How much evil they gonna be allowed to do is what he permits. So no point in panicking. But yeah, I didn't mind it. I'm not a big dubstep guy. I like the drum pattern. I didn't mind it. It's not something I would reach for. It's not my favorite stuff, but I'm also probably not the target audience. Doesn't look like Cotton liked it. Cotton, speaking of you, what'd you think of Ozzy's last performance and presumably Black Sabbath's last performance? I saw parts of that. Kind of was like an event. I didn't realize it until you said it, but then after I just kept seeing clips everywhere. That was kind of it was a big deal. Last Ozzy performance. Shout out to Ozzy still even being alive. Out of all the people that passed, somehow he's still kicking. But what were your thoughts on it? Oh man, I'm sorry about that, bro. Seafood place ain't gonna hire you. You guys got to keep grinding. This is a nightmare, man. Trying to find a job. I do not envy that. Binged every video that came out of the show. I thought it was pretty cool. He sounded pretty good, man. Sounded pretty good for an old man. I know some of the stuff was like an octave, or maybe not an octave, but just in a lower register. But he still sounded pretty good. So all right, let's speaking of music, let's check out Zombie Man. It's a For Her demo here on VW Catch. But yeah, actually, the clips I seen, that was cool. I might actually check out that whole thing. All right, for her demo. I like that a little bit more. But yeah, there's some. I'm not as gifted to tell you what's wrong with the mix. I can just tell you that there is something wrong with the mix. Maybe it is sidechain the kick is not cutting through. Like some of the bass is, some of the kick isn't. And there's a lot of distortion, and I don't know if that. I mean, it's common for a lot of synths, even VSTs, to have like a detuning effect, and sometimes it detunes itself out of key. That could be a desired result, could not. One of those synths, but I mean that said, I'm not. I can't judge no one's mix. I can't mix shit. Neither stimulants or opioids are good. Does Ozzy really have a mutation? I mean, it wouldn't shock me, because how the fuck else, glad he's around, but like, how is he? Because the opioids and alcohol, yeah, he probably has something where he's able to process it better than most. He has to be able to, right? I mean, a lot of people are dying from opioids. We do have a quote unquote opioid crisis or an alleged opioid. So he does literally have a mutation. Wow. So that is not just okay. I didn't know if you were saying that as a joke or serious. So you're not exaggerating. Okay. Well, now I know. So thank God, I guess, that he does, because otherwise, I mean, he would be done. But yeah, opioids are killing a lot of people. And what I see happening just casually, just from watching videos, I'm just an asshole on the internet like everybody else. But they're spiking a lot of this stuff, right? So a lot of, and this is probably not the only drug that's getting spiked, but this is a common thing. A lot of people are trying to get Percocet, right? Perc 30s, right? And so some of that shit is being spiked with fentanyl. So, and they got people taking fentanyl thinking they're taking perks. I mean, if you've seen the video of the motherfuckers that are leaning and it's like they won't move. I mean, I don't want to show people, but I can show people if y'all haven't seen the shit. And yeah, even without being spiked, it's not like those perks are good for you. And it's not like you can't OD off the perks. But it's just fentanyl is I think it's just an opioid? They use it for medical purposes, but it's hit as a street drug as well, to the profits of a lot of pharmaceutical companies. But yeah, it was just a medical opiates and everything. Yeah, they keep cutting it. It makes the drug more powerful, and so you just toss some fentanyl in it. Just like put a chicken and make it gain lane, toss some fentanyl in it. And I don't think it's that expensive if you can get it, you got bulk and you cut a little bit of it in everything. Now you done hyped up all your product. I would not suggest it. It's a synthetic opioid, much more potent. Okay. So yeah, I know a lot of people, unfortunately, there was a generation of which I probably a part of it, and after that, if it's pills, especially prescription pills, for some reason it's okay, which it isn't. Oxycontin was a big thing back in the day. I'm not saying it's not, but Percocet, Molly Percocet became popular. A lot of celebrities and shit do it, and a lot of people try to live like celebrities. They call themselves getting on some Percocet, and then some fentanyl, and now they fuck. It's basically heroin, yes. Different flavors and intensity of heroin. Not saying this generation drinks less, and apparently is less crime too. The crime rate went down in Baltimore. Shout out to Baltimore. Or it's going, at least for the year, at least for the halfway through the year, crime and murder rates down in Baltimore. So shout out to that. And shout out to this generation. This generation drinks less, goons less, has less sex, but you know what I mean? I'm talking about Gen Z. They get a lot of shit, but shout out to them. Especially the drinking thing. That's going to be interesting. They even showed that in the NBA Finals, how nobody drunk, nobody poured champagne, nothing. The lack of drink, and now they do vape. Gen Z does love the vape, but smoking and drinking, it seems to be on the low out. And so that's going to be interesting. 10, 20, you do have less STDs. or less sex. So yeah, you gotta take silver linings. That's not the end of the world. But yeah, with this, like, alcohol has been such a powerful part of world culture, not just this country's culture, but all sorts of, you don't go out for a drink. What's wrong with you on some level? And it's interesting to see a generation that doesn't really drink much. Rich motherfuckers get that shit for the doctors for knee injuries and shit. Oh, man. Is it less sex or less one night stands? Or Magic Johnson situations being a shitty partner? I saw a statistic, and I haven't even checked the veracity of it in a couple years, but it was a few years ago saying that most men haven't had sex in the last year, and that people are having less sex. Generation X. Rarely drink, I get high. Yes, I do still smoke weed. I do, but I mean, that's it. That's the only thing I do. Yeah, a few years ago, you was a little kid. So yeah, I guess I'll have to check the up-to-date stats, see what that is. But I know for sure they drink less. That y'all drink less. That is a lot less. It's like that's gonna be a thing in 10 years, 15 years when y'all are the active old generation or whatever, and alcohol is just dead. Like, that's gonna be interesting. That's gonna be really interesting because alcohol has just been such a thing. That, like, wow. Yeah, I don't drink much either. Last time I drunk was New Year's. I may drink again this New Year's. But that's probably it. It's been 30 years since I was a kid, being generous about the range. Yeah, it's been a while since I was a kid even. So yeah, I'm not a big drinker. It just smells like dog shit. Rarely drink these days. Almost completely cut that out. Man, so some of the older crowd also not drinking. Like, okay, had a cider for Canada Day 1. Shout out to Canada Day. Happy Canada Day. It was with the first. So yeah, I may get something to drink this New Year's in 4 or 5 months. That's probably it. I take that back. I had something to drink on the way. I recently had a family trip and flying. One of the flights, I had a drink. I didn't have a drink on the way back, but on the flight there, I had a drink. But I was cool on the way back. So that was the last time I had a drink. And I killed it too because I do not like flying. But I just sculled it and thugged it out. What I mean, it still sucked, but yeah, had drinks. Yeah, it's still rare. It's still rare. I'm kind of glad to see drinking die. It's not like a lot of great decisions have been made drinking. And it's not like that shit should have just been pushed as the normalcy. Like, oh, everyone go have a beer. But I think the one thing that does suck is we societally don't have quote unquote third places because of this. Because we just said, well, adults drink, so that's the only place you can go if you're an adult. Now we do have barcades as a thing. There's a few of them in the area. I've gone to a couple, you know what I mean? But there's not a lot of places that people can be that's not home or work. Don't drink for obvious reasons. Okay, religious. That's what's up. Even though there's people who claim all sorts of religions to do all sorts of things. Unfortunately. But we unfortunately, say a word again, a lot of the expected socialization, at least in real life, human socialization, that's not counting social media, right, is expected to happen around alcohol for adults. And that we have less adults drinking alcohol is another reason for that to not really be an effective way of everybody meeting each other, right? It's a pizza. Oh shit! I'm not sure which pizza you were talking about, but I also did see they're apparently doing Chuck E. Cheese for adults. That's still kind of weird. I mean, I like barcades. I like video games, obviously, but it's weird to kidify or adultify such all the kid stuff. Yeah, that's nothing. The price. Who can afford to stay drunk, man? Who can afford to I should up that syntax. Yeah, just the price of alcohol already. I mean, it's already high. And then, man, and I wasn't a beer person. I didn't drink beers, which are a little cheaper, but they're disgusting. I can't drink a beer. But I'd like whiskey or tequila or vodka or something. Well, that's not entirely true, Cinch Dildo. People do go for a drink without getting drunk. That can happen here. Now, it may happen not as much as it should. We can do it. Or maybe, we can do it. I've done it, right? Go for a drink and not get drunk. Never went violence at Chuck E. Cheese's? I'm sure it was. It said never went to Chuck E. Cheese as a kid. Glad I didn't do all the violence. I went to Chuck E. Cheese in Detroit and I don't remember no violence. Well, technically I don't think it was Livonia, but whatever. Forbidden Rumor says don't like drinking because both parents are alcoholics. I'm sorry to hear that, man. Never went to Chuck E. Cheese. Bronx didn't have one. I like Chuck E. Cheese and Major Magic when I was a kid. Major Magic was like the competitor. And then Little Caesars had his own version, at least in Detroit. And then there was another arcade, which I think some group made an album named it. It's Marvin's Marvelous Mechanical Museum. It was a Detroit-based arcade. That just was an arcade in that piece. It wasn't necessarily just for little kids. We can't theoretically do it. It does happen. It's not like every time Americans go out to the bar, it's like, yes, plaster. People do go out, have a few drinks, and just hang out. Oh, yeah, that's true. I'm old as dirt. So I was a kid in 2010s. Violence was normal in Chuck E. Cheese. I'm sorry to hear that, man. Man, for me, I just stay at home and don't go do it. So, yeah, it can happen. People do go drink without getting drunk, without getting plastered. But there are a lot of people who have that issue, who they can't just go out to drink. And, people have theorized, does the restrictive nature of how we view alcohol impact the, man, there's already motherfuckers with masks. Sorry, I'm off screen. That's what I get for taking so much time. But because of the way we, just the way we feel or push alcohol, does America have like a different relationship where other cultures and countries, kids can drink alcohol and they don't have the alcoholism that America has had type shit. So, okay, shout out to Fox Warrior Gaming. Are you a real person or are you a bot? Sorry, I didn't see you. I don't know why I didn't show you in my other channel. Let me try popping it out. Maybe that'll help. But hopefully you're real, Fox Warrior Gaming. If you're not, oh well. I'll try it. Bots show up. It happens. Old as fuck. I don't like getting wasted. I don't. Wasted, I can't do. Wasted. I'm not even, even with the weed, I'm not like, I gotta be high all the time, man. Just don't want to experience. I'm past that. I mean, my brother, when I went on the family trail, I didn't smoke nothing, and it was like no big deal. It was like, okay. How's the joke go? Americans start drinking at 21. Euros swear they'll stop drinking at 21. Yeah, but shit, a lot of Americans start drinking way earlier than that. Lord knows I do. I knew that, man. I didn't start drinking until I was in my mid-20s, like 24. But part of that, I didn't want to drink at all. I was going to not drink. So don't tell me the Batman Beyond Splicer. It might. I mean, I trust my guy, but he's a capitalist. He can spike this shit if he want. But and then motherfuckers on mushrooms too. That's another. That I did not expect mushrooms to be this wave. I'm not fucking with that. I'm not. All the psychedelic wave. We're in another, secondary psychedelic wave. Man, yeah, I said I was going to see it. I'm not going to see it anymore. I'm not checking it out. I'm not wasting my time with this Superman. Cotton kind of talked me out of it. Cotton was the one the other day that talked me out of Superman. it was like, you just be a mark. It's just like, I can't support this shit. I cannot support this garbage. And you know what? I'm not going to see Batman 2 either. I got to finally do that fucking review. I'm going to do the review. I think I have notes. I'm going to just do the review off the notes I have. Fuck it. I'm not going to rewatch that shit. Fuck it. It doesn't deserve my viewing attention. Let me make sure I'm not lying as I talk to you guys. I think I still have notes from a previous attempt, and I'm going to just do that. But yeah, the Batman 2, they're going to be filmed. They finally got the fucking script done. I was praying that shit never came to fruition. I was praying that they got a script done, and they're going to be filming in the fall. So the Batman 2 with Robert Pattinson, a.k.a. Sparkly Boy, a.k.a. Vampire Boy. What the fuck was his name in the fucking Twilight? That motherfucker. What's the main? James Gunn. James Gunn's personality. James Gunn's jokey, non-serious, everything's a joke personality. The way the CG looks, the way this character already is in a world where there's already a Justice League or Justice Society, the way Lex looks, the way he's acted in the trailer, he seems so childish and whiny. He sounds like a child having a I think it sounds like a lot of times like a gay child having a fit against his mom. Like he's talking to Lois about, he's like, well, people are gonna die. It's just the way he sounds. He doesn't deliver these lines. Maybe some of it's the dialogue choice, but some of it's the acting choice. He doesn't deliver this like with any confidence. He's not like, people were gonna die, like serious, or like when he's where's the dog. He's just he has a childish nature to his acting. He's not the right guy. He's not the right guy. Henry was, yes, the fucking Snyderverse was a goddamn mess. I get that too. I get that the Snyderverse was a mess. I was happy that you finally had a direction. I thought you could have tried to smooth it out. You didn't. They still picked the wrong guy. They still picked the wrong guy. The consensus, it was super goofy. It looks super goofy. Oh, stream ended? Refresh, please. Oh, man. Are we back? That is weird. Please refresh. Oh, no. Am I still streaming? Oh, man. Guys, am I still streaming? Somebody said the stream's over. I don't know if I'm still streaming. It looks like I may not be having the smoothest. Well, not so smooth. You are still streaming. Okay, well, fuck. You hear me. Okay. I'm back. Okay. If I go away, just refresh. Refresh it. Okay, cool. But yeah, Superman looks pretty goofy. It's about immigrants. Oh boy, the Patterson one is not good. It's super long. It's very over serious it's a mess. The Patterson one is a mess. And actually that froze me. Let me check to see if I can find my docs file. Not doxing myself, so I'm not showing it on screen. But I think I put the notes in a Google Docs file when I was supposed to do a review with Matt 2 or 3 years ago. The Penguin offshoot was honestly a lot better. I didn't get through all of it. I got to about 4 or 5 episodes. But part of that was just because, I guess with the makeup, there's a little bit of a, and I get you got to suspend disbelief, but a lot of this is just kind of crime drama. A lot of this is stuff that other series and other shows and other things have done already. You know what I'm saying? So, it's like it's not. It was a good version of that, but it's not something that like, what am I trying to say? It's like it's not like it was so good that it was so it didn't feel necessary, right? It was cool to watch, but this world that they created and this Batman, like it didn't really even need Batman. They could have done that. Maybe that's what I'm trying to say. Like you could have done this. They could have created Joker as an original series, changed a lot of things from Gotham, and still didn't. Not Joker, Penguin. Sorry. They could have done Penguin as an original series. It could have not had to do with Batman. It could have been its own thing, and it would have been okay. And yeah, technically he is a character you can do that with because he's a crime boss. But he absolutely, like, you didn't need. So I do got some notes. Okay, I got some notes. I'm going to try. I'm going to see how it goes. Batman and Superman don't seem jokey. They're not really that jokey. If you go off the cartoons and the comics, they're not jokey. Not that there's no humor ever, but they're not jokey. But, I mean, I don't think James Gunn knows how to make one type of movie. Yeah, they did change his backstory, which makes it even more, it needs the Batman even less when you change his backstory, right? Because he's not like a Cobblepot in this family that's connected to Gotham, and that's now all washed. So it's like this literally was just a show. It wouldn't shock me if on some level they started off with a show that was independent of Batman and somebody wrote, and they say, you know what? How about we adapt this for a Penguin series instead of it being an original show? And then let's add some elements to make it a part of Gotham and add that stuff. Because they really could have. I mean, yeah, you use Falcone and Maroni as rival gangs, but you could just have a guy who's trying to play multiple gangs into each, not to spoil it, but trying to play gangs into each other, trying to rise in power, trying to hide stuff, barely doing it, and the drama is he going to get found out? And if so, what does he do when he does? And you can do this. You've done this with other series. When you called it House of Cards, it was politics. When you called, you know what I mean? Like, you've done, this isn't, this isn't, and again, I guess you're right, it did reverse some of the personalities. I guess they're the Falcone kid, but like this didn't have to have anything to do with any DC character, and it could have been an original series, and no one would know the difference. I mean, outside of his portrayal and that character and the makeup, and that's not a knock. It's just the reality of it. It didn't need the Batman universe to be good, and it does. Doesn't have your Black Mask. It's a similar character. Yeah, Batman maybe has a one-liner here and there, but not a jokey character. And really, you're right. Only jokey characters are supposed to be like Spider-Man and Deadpool, but they made, because Robert Downey Jr. just did the Robert Downey Jr. thing for 10 years. Hey, we loved him for it. And then they made everybody Robert Downey Jr. And then Guardians of the Galaxy happened, James Gunn. And so everybody, he just totally wrote over those characters and what they were. And so now everybody's a jokey, snarky, quirky. Everything's a laugh a minute. Everybody has to be a sarcastic smartass. Everybody has to be a snarky smartass. And that's, if it's not, then we won't watch. But it's like, you know what? That's not everybody's character, right? And yeah, Joker's not really that jokey. He's he's murderous. He's a murderous clown. I don't care if I hear another Marvel style snarky quip. Yeah, like I'm just sick of the quips. I love Deadpool. The last one was pretty good. The last Deadpool was pretty good. The Deadpool movies have been pretty good. I don't mind those movies if they're the only ones in that vein. You cheapen Deadpool if everybody's Deadpool. You know what I mean? You cheapen that whole thing. You made everybody RDJ. And they're all doing their own worst version. Yeah, Quiplash. They're all doing their worst version of an impression of RDJ. They even fucked up Doctor Strange. You look at the first one, he's very serious. He has a few jokes, but he's very serious. And they just made him a quip fest. So everybody's a quip fest. Joker can get jokey, I guess. Yeah, I guess you got Plastic Man, Booster Gold, Sometimes Wally West Flash can be a little more on the lighter side. The daughter, she was Brolic in the comics. I guess they could. I mean, they could have probably found somebody that big as a woman. Probably one of the female pro wrestlers. I hate to say it, Rhea Ripley. She's like 6 foot. And she's got some muscle on her. There's a smart way to do one line, but it's constant, snark, is annoying. Yeah, exactly. Unless you're Deadpool, but they made every character like that. And then cape shit fatigue, yeah. But I'm not doing Superman. Bring back Jay Garrick. Did they make him racist, or was that just make him gay? Who did they? No, they made Alan Scott gay. The original Green Lantern. They made him gay. Did they make one of them racist or gay? Maybe you made him racist in one of your shits. But I know they made Alan Scott gay. They made him gay. Alan Scott was racist. Maybe he was racist and gay. That's crazy. Gays do be racist. Gays also be raping. What the fuck? I'm so sick of seeing that shit, man. Leave the fucking kids alone. So yeah, leave that shit alone. He's racist and gay, which tracks. It does, unfortunately. Did I have any other notes for this? Thought I had while I was watching note. Maybe not though. Sorry, I just wanted to see if I can find everything. Try to do a review. John Stewart got to put his people in check. Venn diagram of retardation, maybe a Venn diagram of autism. Okay, maybe I don't have it. Maybe that's all I have. I don't know if it's enough. I thought I had like a note. Thought I was taking notes as I was watching it and had a whole list of notes, but I can't find them. Gay, racist, misogynist. All the check boxes I see. So, here's what it is. Rich, which one? I wrote them saying, oh man. Oh, but hey, let's just hit the brain dead emoji. I think that's, what was that, brain rot? That's the new term. I appreciate it. Got a brain rot emoji sticker for 99 cents. Canadian. I appreciate it. I'll take it. I will take it. So I got these notes for the Joker review, but I guess I didn't do it. Think about a different guy. Still live. Yeah, the stream keeps messing up Forbidden Ruin. Now, I've been going an hour and 20 minutes. I'm not sure how long I'm going to go. I may get out of here in a minute because it is late. But yeah, I don't know what's going on with the stream where it just keeps stopping. It'll stop for a little bit. So yeah, I'm still streaming. Donating that much money. It's 99 cents. You win the lottery. Zombie dribble. Yeah, I'm not sure what it is. YouTube is fucking with me. It might be because I'm having a VPN. I've been using a VPN to stream. I gotta check out that. Maybe there's an issue. But I feel like it's showing. The reason I'm using a VPN because I feel like it's showing me to more people. We had 14 people in here at one point. So I think more notifications go out with the VPN. So I don't know. Hey, I'll take the flex. Why ain't y'all flexing? I don't want a bottle section, y'all, where y'all don't come back because it's too fucking much money. We're just talking about drinking. But hey, y'all can support this channel. It's not much. But if everybody chips in, you too can feed a hungry vigilante who's not that hungry, who actually needs to lose weight. So, you too can keep a vigilante Williamson afloat. Superman, the Clayface movie, is not connected to the past movie, but is connected to the Superman movie. Rock has traded Cam and Katie immediately take his number. I didn't see the Katie number thing, but I did think about that Katie's gonna be in Houston. Like, I probably should try to get to a game to see Kevin Durant play, because you don't know how long he's gonna play. This could be his last year. It looks like it's gonna be Chris Paul last year for sure. He said he's retiring at the end of this year. Throw pennies. Digital pennies, I don't care, because I need as much money as I can get. He was going to get traded because he's a Snow Bunny situation. Oh, Lord. Waiting on Mechie to get traded and GJ to get his number. Shout out to him. Hey, Kai, appreciate you being here. See, I feel like it shows up. It shows more notifications using the VPN. I'm using the VPN so the stream is acting up. Matt Reeves said only normal humans exist. Oh, Jesus. I don't want that universe to exist. Unfortunately, it is. Unfortunately, I just knew that Batman was going to get canceled, and I was waiting on it to get canceled, but they finally got a script. They finally have a date of filming or schedule for filming. So they are going to be filming that fucking terrible movie. It is coming out, I think it's 2028, but fuck. So it is what it is. I can't stop Batman. Let me see, make sure. Epstein. Well, you can't talk about Epstein. Trump said there's nothing to see here. So there is no Epstein list. That's what Trump said. Trump's never lied about anything. Let me see if I can confirm the Batman 2. I don't know are they just gonna call it the Batman 2, or is it Part 2? Jesus. Let's see what we can find in official stuff. But yeah, I saw that they on your phone can't tag. It is what it is. Of course, there's nothing to see when you delete the proof. Funny how that works. Let's see. Okay, Hype Beast. This is a decent enough platform, I guess. No. Matt Reeves reveals the Batman 2 script is finally complete. Director Matt Reeves has officially finished the script for the Batman 2. He took to Instagram to reveal the news with co-writer Mattson Tomlin. The long wait for a definitive update on a highly anticipated sequel to Matt Reeves claimed Batman is finally over. Director Matt Reeves, Original script for Batman 2. Crucial step to push the movie. Moves the dark, gritty, eyes rolling as I say that, saga starring Robert Pattinson close to production. Confirmed by the sources close to the production. Ignites excitement amongst fans. There are fans of this shit. It's one of the worst versions of Batman. And, I don't actually blame Sparkly Boy as much as I blame Matt Reeves for all the ridiculous shit that happened in this first movie and how ridiculously long this fucking movie is, and just how so insisted upon itself, fake, moody, dark. Like the tweet, and this doesn't have anything about I was trying to scroll over see if they had a date for when filming started. I saw an interview of Robert Pattinson saying something like this fall. I did like his car, even if that scene was crazily mindless, and he had to kill at least dozens of people when that fucking tanker exploded, and then he gets to Penguin and he just leaves him. He doesn't even arrest him or anything. Yeah, he loses in the film. And then, spoiler for the first Batman, or the Batman. The car is the coolest part. I do like the car. I do like the visuals of that scene. There's some cool visuals in the movie. I will give it that. I'm not going to just totally hate. There's some cool visuals. But then there's he's the worst detective ever. And I get he's early in his career, but he's not supposed to, he's not totally incompetent. He's not supposed to be just a fucking idiot. He's the worst detective ever. The movie doesn't justify its length. There's also the crazy out of nowhere set piece of Gotham being flooded, and another hundreds of thousands of people had to die because it's presented as basically Manhattan being flooded, and they didn't tease that this was even a possibility. It just happens out of nowhere, as if it really feels like they had the movie done, but the execs wanted a big action set piece, so they came up with this shit at the last minute. It's overacted by some, there's some decent acting, but a lot of overacting. It's just, yeah, they didn't know if they want Catwoman to be a lesbian. Yeah, year one, he didn't really train. He never trained. Then there's the weird scene where he glides in his bat wingsuit, and then he does something. He hits a fucking bridge or something. He would die. And I don't even know what the point of that scene was. There was no damage shown. It was just, it was almost like trying to, here's a quirky, funny scene out of nowhere to cut the tension. It's just, that was a weird thing too, because it starts off she's trying to help her girlfriend, and then she ends up falling for Batman. Which is okay, I guess. I don't know. It was weird. But you're right. That lesbian thing was very weird, that she started off as a lesbian in the movie. Because that was the whole point of her starting to even deal with Batman, was that how she could find her girlfriend. And somehow he takes a 12 gauge square in the chest and he just eats it like it's fucking breakfast. Then she had daddy issues. It was just like, this is crazy. It was so much wrong. That's why I've wanted to do a review, but I haven't wanted to rewatch it to go through this again. Roommate, yeah, they make it a roommate, but they definitely imply like that's her girlfriend. Apparently the bat dick is so good she converted. I don't know. They definitely imply like that's her girlfriend. They don't make it seem like that's her roommate. They make it seem like it's her girlfriend early on. And then all of a sudden it's just lots of issues, man. Lots of issues. Bat bank account. And then, I didn't even get into his parents. So, this is one of the things that, like, out of all the stuff the Fandom Menace, if you remember them, Pepperidge Farm remember them, they would talk about all this woke stuff. They fucking do his dad as the most horrible orange man bad allegory. Now he's a corrupt, instead of being a doctor who puts aside his own fortune to help people, now he's a corrupt politician who gets into bed with the mob to try to be mayor. And now the whole reason that the mob has so much power is because he started a slush fund back in the day, and once they killed him, they had control of the slush fund. And they don't really let you know who kills him, and they try to clean it up. But no, this guy was his wife was insane, and then that's another thing they're trying to imply. Well, maybe Batman's mentally ill because of his mom. And he's trying to cover up while he's running for mayor. And he didn't really want the journalists to get killed, but they do get killed by the mob. And it's just, this is horrible. This is all bad. The mayor is woke. And then they kill her, but then they didn't want to kill her, so then she just ends up shot in the arm. It's just a mess. It's just a fucking mess. And she's supposed to be already rich, because she's supposed to be she is supposed to be, was it Falcone's daughter? But still. Yeah, they made Thomas Wayne worse than what he was in the Joker. He was already terrible in the Joker, but at least the Joker version has some plausible deniability, right? Because you couldn't tell if he was telling the truth or the crazy mom was telling the truth. Maybe the mom made it up. Remember, the first Joker, before they made that demonized, terrible second one, there was still some ambiguity, rather even that shit happened. So maybe it's made up, maybe it's not. There's a little bit of an out with the Thomas Wayne Joker version, even though I knew when they made that Thomas Wayne version, they were going to do it again. And so now the most recent depictions of Thomas Wayne And shit, they even fucked up the Flashpoint version in the comics. Because they got him fucking with Bruce and tearing up the city. It's like, why do they keep the fucking up Thomas Wayne? You can't even have the one. You can't. They fucked up Thomas Wayne in Joker. They fucked him up in the Batman. And there's a new comic version. I'm not sure if it's the most up to date, but he teamed up with Bane and fuck up the city to try to get Bruce to stop something stupid. It's stupid. Can't have no positive male influences. No. Thomas Wayne does die in the alley, but both the Joker and the Batman depict him before that happens. And then there's a storyline called Flashpoint where instead of Thomas dying in the alley, Bruce dies, and then Thomas becomes Batman. And his wife becomes the Joker in that depiction. Which he does kill. He's a little more like the Punisher, but he's still a hero in that storyline. But then they fucked him up because they just wanted to fuck him up. So yeah, because in Joker they show Thomas Wayne before, and in both Joker and the Batman, he's running for mayor because he's a soft Trump allegory in both. He's a little bit more of a hard pause Trump allegory in the Batman. So yeah, just fucking things up. So this is it. On top of people just being tired of here's another comic book hero, and here's another origin story, and here's another shit ton of CG. It's like when they are taking these heroes, they're fucking up their lore. They're fucking up the lore. I heard even with that Ironheart that nobody wants to watch, it's not even consistent with the comic book lore. And they fucked that up. They fucked, which nobody likes the comics as is, but they couldn't even keep it consistent with that. We definitely Orange Man bad, man, because that's what's going to sell tickets. That's what sells tickets. Sentient. Keep talking about Orange Man. Ironheart looked like a terrible STD. I had no desire to see Ironheart. I just like stop with these shows. Disney. I get, to me, Disney Plus was a failure. I would, if it were me and it were doable, I would mothball Disney Plus. I would scrap the whole thing. And I could be wrong. Maybe Disney Plus has enough subscribers. Let me see. How many subscribers? Because I think Disney Plus was a disaster, and it just was a failure, and it's time to cut ties. I would scrap the whole thing and go back to selling physical media. I bullshit you not. I don't see how Disney Plus did anything but hemorrhage money. I say that as of late 2024, they claim to have 154 million, at least according to let's see. That's a lot. Let's go off their Wikipedia, which may not be accurate, but we'll go off of it. We'll go off of it. Well, I wouldn't say cis. Some of these motherfuckers is into some freaky shit. This says the Wikipedia it says Disney Plus the third most subscribed video on demand after Amazon Prime and Netflix. The Wikipedia says 126 million as of May 7th, 2025. Let's see your source. So this is as of May 7th, 2025. Hold on. Actually, let me read the article, see what it says. Operating profit in Disney streaming business jumped for the first 3 months of 2025. Unexpectedly added 1.4 million subs in the quarter. We're just going to read this. I don't know if it's true. We know books can get cooked, especially at Disney, which has a history of it, allegedly. Despite gathering the economic storm clouds, Chief Bob Iger said the Mouse House remains optimistic of its fiscal year guidance. Overall, the company reported 23.6 billion in revenue, up 7% for the quarter ending March 29th, Disney's fiscal quarter 2. Disney posted a net income of 3.28 billion versus a net loss 20 million. So they were able to, that income, that's not the same as profit, is it? Translated adjusted earnings per share of $1.41, up 20%. The results fueled higher streaming profit, domestic theme parks, or they are probably taxing people at those fucking parks. Home video sales in 1 and 2 easily topped Wall Street. Home video, are they still selling physical media? For fiscal year 2025, Disney expects adjusted earnings of share $5.75 per share, will be up 16% year over year. The media forecast provided the $17 billion. So they seem to be up money wise 2025 to 2024. Does it have a raw numbers? A lot of this is this. Yeah, it says in U.S. and Canada 126 million. So they anticipate a modest decline in Disney Plus subscribers for the March quarter. Declined 1.1 million. Instead, they gained 1.4 million, including 1 million in the U.S. and Canada, to end the quarter at 126 million. So, 126 million people are currently subbed to Disney Plus. Maybe I'm wrong. And that Daredevil had 7.5 million views in the first 5 days. Maybe I'm wrong. I know they paid a lot of money. I know a lot of those shows didn't get much viewership, but maybe it was enough to build up to where they are now. If that Daredevil did 7.5 million, they can get a few shows to do that. And if people just set and forget it because it's Disney, it's apparently the third biggest streaming service, which is what you kind of expect, right? You expect everything to be Netflix and Amazon, and then Disney be the next one. Maybe I'm wrong. Fuck, if it profits. I don't know if they fudging the numbers. That's another can of worms. But if those numbers show that they're doing well, then fuck what I'm saying. We just got to deal with the bullshit. I ain't got to watch, but yeah, the Crown shit is weird. That happened in the past few days. I don't know what the fuck that is, actually. Yeah, I see people say like, what is that about? Like how all she does is steal shit and rob shit. And like, what are they trying to say? I've seen shit. But you know what? Forbidden Ruin, nobody's watching this shit. Nobody's watching that shit. I don't know. I would love to see let's check what the viewership is. Ironheart viewership. And I know these numbers are fake. Whatever numbers they say cut in half. Whatever number they say for the viewership, I'm going to cut in half. Oh, it looks like it's already canceled. Oh, man. Let's see. Okay, I can't find the fact that it's not easily to find. It's been out like a couple weeks, right? But like, if I look, it says this Cosmic Book News says it's likely canceled. All these fucking ads. A head writer says audiences make their decision what happens next. Fan base created 3 years ago and shelved by Disney as they went creative changes, including edits. So I didn't know it was shelved. The Nielsen ratings hasn't been released, but it's not on Illuminate viewership charts. Oh, man. I just said Daredevil supposedly has 7 million viewers, but it didn't chart on Nielsen ratings. So that must not be real viewership. So then they're cooking their fucking books, man. I don't know why I looked at Disney numbers trying to take them seriously. It is, if there's a company and you can look at what I'm about to say up. They had an accountant who realized that certain things were counting twice, and she brought that to their attention. Does that go back to this? Is this the same article? So whatever. But I couldn't tell you what was counting twice, but certain income was counting twice, and she brought that to the higher up's attention and was never heard from again. It's talking about minutes viewed. 3 episodes, no impact. Valiant Renegade, remember him? He has like 1 trillion subs now, but back when he started, people used to confuse him with me for some reason. But Ironheart didn't chart this week. The top 10 with 2.5. Okay, I don't know what the viewership is, so it's just not even easy to find the viewership. I don't know if it was review bound or not. I had no interest in this thing. I don't even want to see fucking your mainstream shit. I'm not going to see Fantastic Four. I was never going to see Fantastic Four. There was never a thought. It was never an infinite space time was I ever going to see Fantastic Four. I thought about maybe seeing Superman, but like I said, Cotton the other day talked me out of it. So it's just like, yeah, I'm done. I'm done with this shit. I may check out some of the animation and DC I miss. I'm about ready to renounce my fan card of comics and DC, and because they're not doing anything interesting in the comics either. I don't like Absolute Batman. I'm done with all this shit. It's over. I got the old shit. I got DVDs with I got the whole 60s Batman. I got whole BTAS. I think I got Justice League and SCAS. Maybe I can, if I don't get that, I got everything on physical media. I'm done. Yeah, Wiki's not a reliable source. They did post Chris Benoit's death. For someone who's not a conspiracy theorist, you sure do bring up the conspiracy theories. They did post Benoit's death a day before it happened, and that's one of the biggest, a lot of people, there are a lot of people who think he didn't do that because of that. There's a lot of people who think Chris didn't do it, and it's a greater conspiracy because of that. And while I'm not necessarily in that boat, that will always be weird that happened. That will always be freaky. Always be freaky. But yeah, Kai, I don't understand these Crowns XP. They're trying to be, I guess, more like Twitch and gamify streaming. YouTube is trying to do they're trying to be Twitch and TikTok and YouTube, and they're not doing a good job of being anything. They're becoming nothing. Trying to be all things to all people and end up nothing to no one. But yeah, I guess if you talk more, you level up. But it does seem to be like every so often. But I don't know the rules. So I don't know how to. And they only rank the top 3. So you get a special minority treatment. I'm not sure. So it's not every message. What's the point if I can't ignorantly exploit? I don't know. Yeah, it's channel points. Trying to be like Twitch. Don't want that shit to your name. You were number 1 at one point, but you fell off, Sentient. You fell off. Can't get no in towers. No, please stop the cap. What did I cap about? Did Matt Reeves even want to make a Batman movie, or just want popular IP to write? I don't know. That's a $1 billion question with every new creator. Do they really want to make this property, or do they just want a popular IP to piss all over and to look like a genius? See, part of the issue is because we went everything's about comics, everything's about superheroes, and that became the thing. Is the only way to get credit in Hollywood is to use a superhero property. So the only way Matt Reeves can make whatever he really wants to make, he has to go through Batman and do that well, or if not Batman, some other property. Give me XP. Gay. Did they end the stream again? They keep deleting the messages and ending the stream. Oh, man. Hopefully you saw some of it. Yeah, they can't even fake how bad the fucking numbers are. They don't even show us the numbers for Ironheart, so nobody watched that shit. Like, it doesn't, Ironheart was actually, that's what they, I didn't realize it to the article. They actually filmed it 3 years ago, but it was so bad they held on to it till the hype died. Yeah, they're probably counting every interaction on social media, juking the stats. Haven't seen any MCU movie since Endgame. That's the average answer. The average person has seen no Marvel content since Endgame, and if they have, it was No Way Home. That's the average answer. I saw Shang-Chi and I saw WandaVision. That was it. And I'm not doing any more. And I only did Shang-Chi because it was like, there's been no movies for a while. 'Cause I still like the theater experience. That's why I raved about F1. I think F1's a solid movie to see in theater. I still like going to theaters and the big sound system. I'm always going to have a soft place in my heart for the movie experience. And there's a cool theater that's not too far. And it's not like the end of the world. It's not the most expensive thing. It's still, costs too much, but whatever. I still have a soft place in my heart for physical media, for the 80s, for vinyl, for a lot of old shit. Analog synths. And for the theater. That's just how I am. Physical, like I said, I got physical media, got Blu-rays and DVDs. It just is what it is. Last movie you saw at theater was Dragon Ball Superheroes. That's pretty cool to see. Another good Disney movie they shelved, collecting debt and releasing it anyways. Another goddamn... YouTube was run by morons when Twitch did the channel point system. They gave users... Yeah, there's nothing to spend it on. Get your good boy crown. Yeah, I seen it called Iron Bussy. But yeah, they're trying to compete with TikTok. They're trying to compete with Twitch. And they're trying to still maintain their YouTube-ness. And they're not doing none of it. Haven't been since last summer. Me and my brother go to the theater maybe once a quarter. About once a quarter, not every quarter. Sometimes if a couple movies I will go see a couple. He said he would go see Superman if I really wanted. I'm not going to do that to him. Next movie we check out in theater. We might check out Jurassic Park if he still wants to. I might check that out. And then saw Warfare not long ago before that was Dune 2. Haven't been since last summer, fair enough. Haven't been since 2016. I went a huge gap without going to the theater. Pretty much every movie I watched this decade has been unconnected. Good for you to major AAA, superhero AAA, sci-fi, fantasy franchises. Well, congrats. You deserve credit for that. Deserve credit. I have no remorse for these shitty execs. They don't deserve to win. They don't deserve to succeed. But I don't want these art forms to die. I very much wish, if I have any wish that I could possibly do, if I could ever get this platform big enough to do something, I would want to, with all my power, acclimate the mainstream fan base of entertainment to the independent in a much larger way. To me, the only platform where that is the case is games. Where indie games, there are indie games that can sell millions of copies. It's not easy, it's not everyone, but it can happen. Vampire Survivor can happen, right? Where one guy works on a game and it becomes a sensation, right? Even to some extent, Minecraft was that, right? So it can happen. Obviously, it got sold and whatnot. No, I'm not going to no Diddy party. Yeah, that's another thing. I saw something. I was watching a short, and they basically said there's a ceiling/gate that you can't get past if you're not part of the label system. That's it. You can't get past it. Now, I'm not sure if you can pay your way out of it. I'm not sure if it's just a marketing situation. And hey, I gotta still release stuff to even get close. I'm nowhere close to hitting that ceiling or hitting that gate. But I hope that's not true. I hope that in this era, in this social media era, you can generate enough of a fan base that you do not need the major label system to at least be a profitable musician. I do see touring may not be the biggest thing, but I think there's a way around that. I think you can hit up open. I think if you're a little bit more creative, you can make that less of a, at least spend less money. And we'll see if I can pull that off. But that's another thing. How high is the ceiling? If the ceiling's high enough, I'm not trying to be a millionaire, right? If the ceiling's high enough, I never have to hit it for this to matter. If I can make decent money off of this, if I can make side hustle money off of this shit, that's all I need. If I made $1,000 a month off this shit, I'm like, fuck, I'm fucking pumped. I would be pumped, and that's including if between the channel and the music and everything was $1,000 a month. I would be dancing. I'm like, yes. So I don't have to hit the set. As long as I can get to that point without having to go to a Diddy party, I don't think the ceiling that low. It can't be, because you see all sorts of random YouTubers. They ain't going to Diddy parties. So as long as the ceiling ain't that low, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. Didn't even put out a track bitching on the industry. No, I didn't say it was keeping me down. And see, I'm bitching about YouTube keeping me down. The man's keeping me down, damn it. Already hating on the industry. But I wish more people in general was acclimated to independent. I need to get, I want to listen to more music. Damn, the stream is ending. We're probably going to get out of here soon since I'm fighting with this damn stream. And no, I'm not welcoming to Bad Boy. I got to find more sources of music myself. So it's easier to find independent music. In any event, I find some independent artists, but I need to find more. In any event, since I'm fighting YouTube, maybe next time, I got to look in to see why my stream is shutting down or less streaming power because of the VPN. See if there's something I could do with the settings. But we're out of here because I'm sitting here fighting YouTube just to stream. Thank you guys for watching. It's been fun. It's been real. It's been real fun. We'll talk to you guys later. Hopefully this week I can make up Sunday night stream and do a music stream. It's not happening with anyone else. It's me. It's because I have this VPN, and I gotta see if there's something in the settings I could do to make it easier to stream. So if you like the video, please like the video. If you're so obliged to share and subscribe, please do that. And even if you do none of these things, thank you for watching. Thank you for your time. Good night. God bless. I'll talk to all you guys later. Have a black one. Black is back all in. We're going to win. All right. Peace.